Hey everybody, if you haven't noticed the schedule, the Impossibles and Colossals are in here at a pretty regular pace. So if there's some that you haven't tried out, and hopefully the scheduling works out, you can give them a shot. So I am going to show you Nirvana here, and the party I've brought is Noah, Izanami, she's still good, Kagutsuchi, and Daji. Daji is in her ascended form, I believe, and Noah is in his ascended form as well. Now, the key to this stage is make sure you just pay attention to the skulls. You want to take out the skulls that do not have another skull on top of them. Those without the skulls on them, they will fire a homing attack at you every single turn. Whereas the ones with the skulls on them, they will only fire at you when you defeat them. And the other minions on the stage will revive them over and over and over again. The ones with skulls. In addition, as you might have just seen, the skulls are pierce restrictors. So you can, if you try and swish through them with a pierce type, not only will you slow down a lot, you won't do any damage to them. Now that may be a good thing if you strategize that properly, but make sure you don't forget that fact. Stage 2, you're basically doing the same things. Make sure you take out the skulls without skulls on them. Oh, that makes it really confusing. Because they will just slowly whittle away at your HP. And actually one of the reasons why I decided to use the Heart Helper, just to give me a little boost in HP. Kagutsuchi's here just because, you know, no gravity barrier and he is a fire slayer, so why not? I don't think he's recommended on game width, but you know, just thought I'd give him a shot. Maybe he's on the lower tiers, I'm not sure. But anyways, you want to take out the if you take out the mosquitoes on the top, not mosquito, dragonflies, sorry. The dragonfly on the top and bottom of the stage, that's enough to clear the stage and you will move on. So any skulls that are left behind will just run away along with the next stage. So again, I guess I'm trying to make the heart grow. And again, sorry for the outside noise. It is still a bit hot where I am right now. We are experiencing a heat wave here in California, so yes, my poor California self cannot handle the heat. So you might be hearing outside traffic. Alright, stage 3, again, try and take out the skulls on the top because they don't have skulls on them. They are the ones that will be attacking every turn. Unfortunately, since Daji is a pierce type, she won't be doing any damage to those skulls. And for whatever reason, I have the pierces back to back and the bounces back to back. Probably not the ideal team setup, but hey, I'm sure I did that for a reason. No, probably not. But now it is Izanami's turn. Looks a little stuck. Maybe she'll get through. Nah. But the good thing is she was able to pinch that dragonfly on the left. I'm gonna, you know, just pray I have warp luck here. Hoping I go on the top right so I get the heart. And no luck. And goes back in toward the other side. But at the very least we got rid of 2 of those skulls. So that should help out. And actually I guess it worked out nicely because now the heart's gold and I'll feel much better now. And you know, just try and gauge your shots carefully. If you get irregular bounces or you're kind of careless about your pathing, you can end up in those skulls. And I'm just gonna go vertical here to pick up that heart because any other way you're probably taking down at minimum 1 skull, possibly get a pinch and take out 2, which you don't want. And luckily Kagutsuchi, since he doesn't have warp, able to just take out that mosquito on the dragonfly on the bottom right. Now stage 4 is interesting. I remember seeing this the very first time when Nirvana first came out, to see Snowbo here out of nowhere. And I mean, she's on the bad guy side too. And of course it's a green monster in a fire stage. Sorry, a wood monster in a fire stage, which is also probably, we haven't seen that since like the beginning of times. The very first stages in Monster Strike had that gimmick where the boss would be one color and its minions would be full of the color strong against it. So, or weak against it. Is that right? Anyways. But one cool thing about this stage is if you do hit Snowball there, you will get a little bit of speed up. So I guess she actually might be helping. I don't know. It's an interesting gimmick that they have here, but you will gain a little bit of speed. So try and take that to your advantage if you can, to deal the damage you need. Now the little Robo guys, you do want to focus them first. They are pretty annoying. They will, I believe, revive those Sweetles on the bottom if you don't take care of them. And of course they only fire horizontally, but if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, it can add up. So no reason not to get rid of them ASAP. And as you saw, once you take a little bit too long, Snowball will power up those Sweetles and just cause a little more headache. So again, stage 5 is not much different from the previous stage. Try and take out the Robo dudes on the bottom left and the top right. Whereas now you got the little flower characters, and when you take them out, they will fire a poison pulse out. And I don't know, unless you're in like perfect positioning, it's pretty hard to avoid. And I mean, that's why you want to take out the mech dudes. I mean, you kill them once, you really don't want to deal with those minions over and over again. Maybe it's a lock-on shockwave, so at least one person will get hit. Regardless, the poison isn't too bad, so we can manage. And speed up and get some extra swishes in. And hey, even though Noah's a water type, still doing that key damage against Snowball here. Alright, that's enough for battle 5. We're on to battle 6. And of course, boss time. 32 turns. Music is really awesome. I like the these War God musics. Now, the robot on the bottom left should be your main target. If you take him out, he will put up the weak point in the middle of Nirvana. And Nirvana has pretty high defense in his current state. So having a Pierce type like Noah or Daji here will allow you to deal the damage you need so that he crosses that threshold. And once he crosses that threshold, you can start unleashing damage onto Nirvana. Now, he does have a separate cooldown for that, so note that there is a full barrage of attacks that comes up immediately after do that, and that shotgun attack will happen every single turn afterwards as well. So there is a kind of like a match shot opportunity on the top of his head in this stage, kind of like that. I believe if you're being Fox Metal, he has the chance to just wipe out Nirvana in that stage, and you're done. So if you can get key positioning, and I think you have to do some fancy business with some warps, but it's a pretty cool way to take out Nirvana. I won't be able to do that. I don't have the monsters anyway, at least in this attempt. But your strategy should be the same still. Take out that robot as soon as you can. And of course, try and take out that skull in the middle since it does not have a skull on it. You know, less damage you have to take is always better. And I'm going to use Izanami and Noah to try and switch against the weak point. I guess I kind of got a little unlucky. Clipped the skull at the very end. Alright. In between the skull. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice. That was actually really nice. Getting Dragonfly and the skull and the what was it? The robot dude. And kind of got lucky with that warp. Definitely, I'm pretty sure that wasn't my initial plan. So, counter mode, you actually don't have to worry about too much. It'll just fire off that barrage of bullets. Yeah, not that bad. And basically make sure you take out Nirvana to the threshold before that top right number, that 2. Unfortunately had to go through that skull. And so now it's going to be up to Izanami, and because I'm not so sure, since really to deal damage you need to go through his weak point, so I'm not even sure if that's across the limit yet, but with the meteor, thank God it's enough, so we are able to move on to the second stage of Nirvana. And unfortunately I'm probably gonna not do anything else but take out the dragonfly, but hey, it worked out. And this probably is just gonna kill a skull. Yeah, unfortunate positioning, but now we got 3 turns to do lethal damage to Nirvana here. And looks like we're gonna try and switch to the weak point as much as possible. 1, 2. Alright, we have 2 more turns left. Let's see. Now, Kagutsushi's in a good position because his bump combo will definitely go directly through the weak point. At least I thought it would. But 1 turn left. You know, Kagutsuchi will explode on its nearest enemy, or first touched enemy. Boom. And luckily, that was enough. I wasn't sure if that was going to be enough, but luckily it was, because next turn would have been the super barrage attack that basically you can't avoid and you will die. Yeah, that bad. Now, Daji here, she has a poison attack, so I want to try and get her as close to Nirvana as possible. And perfect. I will definitely be able to attack Nirvana his next turn. So, and since it's a poison attack, it's a fixed damage. So, I think given his gimmick, he doesn't have that much HP. So, that should be able to do a significant amount of damage. So, if we can survive 4 turns, I think that is game. Now, Izanami. Alright, looks like we're going for this. No. Alright. Ooh, that was lucky. Getting that pinch in between the skull and Nirvana. Probably the best possible outcome there. Kagutsuchi, gonna see if we can get the pinch with the dragonfly. Didn't get that. And unfortunately took out 2 skulls. So some extra unwanted damage there, but... Alright, Daji. Alright, this poison attack should be solid, so as long as we can survive now, we should be good. And I'm like, screw it, let's just get that heart. And whew, yeah, look at that poison damage. Look at that poison damage. And now that I just got the heart, I mean, basically, done deal. I mean, I probably don't even have to think about my next attack here. Alright, so we did what, 161 and plus 1,000,000. And of course a little bit gets left over, but hey, Kagutsuchi will gladly take the final blow. There you go, Nirvana. Pretty fun stage. I guess it's kind of annoying with the with those skulls, because you have to have that balance of pierce types and then making sure that you can actually deal damage with the weak point, so you can actually get past the threshold, or you know, just take out Nirvana. And alright, and of course, if you can tell by the music, I took this a few days ago, haven't had the time to narrate it, but there you are. That's it for today. Let's see if there are any other Colossals or Impossibles I can finish in while this festival is going on. So until next time, bye bye.